Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to set up a YouTube gaming channel. I'm going to be telling you everything you need, all the equipment, all the software, and just what content to produce in general. So let's get straight into it. First of all, you're going to be wanting a PC, a laptop, or a desktop, or a Mac, whatever you're wanting, which is capable of running the equipment you're going to be using. Because capture cards, some require a certain amount of RAM, which some PCs may not, they may not possess. Then you're going to have problems with your gameplay. Some of it's going to be unusable if you record like that. So first of all, you're going to be wanting to check the specifications of the equipment you're going to buy and compare them against the computer to make sure that they do meet the demand. Now once you've got your computer sorted, you're going to be wanting a capture card. Now this is a very important part. I can't stress how important this is. You're going to be wanting to get a decent capture card. One that records in HD, because no one's going to be wanting to watch you in, standard definition. That's like pointing your phone camera at your telescreen and recording like that. It's going to look tacky. It's not good quality. It's a big no. No one is going to, come back. They'll probably just click off your video straight away. Right then, so rather than wasting your time telling you about budget capture cards, I'm just going to jump straight in and tell you about the ones which people are going to watch and be like, yeah, that's good quality. That's something that I want to see. That's what I'm going to come back and watch. So obviously this is not the only brand out there, but it's what I'm going to be discussing. Now this is Elgato. It's a well-known capture card brand. There's different capture cards within the brand. There's a HD, which you can get for around £80, which, it gets the job done. The HD 60, which is capable of, supporting recording videos in 60 frames per second, which will give you better quality. Can record in more demanding situations. Then there's the HD 60s, which can play back on the monitor with no lag the gameplay that you've just recorded. Which, it's not essential, but it's just out there if that's what you're wanting. Now, as well, with the HD 60, from what I know, I'm not sure about just normal HD, it is capable of doing, I think it's called playback, record back, something like that. You haven't got to be recording. As long as your capture card is plugged in, you can just hit the record button and it'll record everything that has been done since the capture card has been plugged in, so you've never got to worry about missing a moment again. You could have just missed a bit of gameplay by a few seconds and think, oh, I wish I recorded that. No problem. Just hit the record button and it's done for you right there. Now, as I've just said, this is not the only brand out there, but it's the one I know and that I've just talked to you about. Go ahead and search around. You may find a better option for yourself. Now, not quite as essential as the capture card, but still very important, is the microphone. Now, there may be other types of microphones to use, but I'd recommend the USB type because you just simply plug them into your computer and speak and you're just set. Not needed, but it does add a lot to your videos. People can just watch the gameplay and they'll probably just get bored. But if you're providing, interesting commentary, inputting points, it's just another level to your video, something for the audience to connect with, hear your opinion rather than just watching a screen. Now, just like with a capture card, it's important to get quality if you're going to be putting your voice into the videos. Now, I do recommend looking at the brand Blue. They produce different types of microphones. There's the portable one, there's a Snowball, the Snowball Ice, and there's Yeti. Now, I use a Snowball, it gets the job done. It's quite a bit cheaper than the Yeti. I got it for, I've got the Snowball Ice actually, which were about £35 or so, compared to the Yeti, which is around 100. Yet the Yeti does have different settings. It's a bit too advanced for me, but it's capable of recording in different scenarios for the more technically gifted, I'll say. But again, it's not a necessity. You can make do with the Snowball Ice like me for around £30. It's decent enough. I think that the quality of my voice being projected to you right now is just fine. Obviously, it probably has got room for improvement, but it is at a level where it is acceptable. And just in general, it's not really too expensive. I wouldn't say £30 is way out of budget. I'm pretty sure that the majority of you, I'm not saying all of you, can afford to pay that much out for a microphone. But for some of you, I would recommend paying around this price. Because obviously you can get like the £5 very cheap budget ones, and you're going to sound just like an absolute monster. No one's going to be wanting to listen to you, listen to a muffled voice coming through that's not clear, that's not crisp. There's people out there which will be able to perform better than you, and yeah, it's just going to send away your audience. Now this component of the setup, it's not really important at all. Some might want it, some might not, and it's a headset. Now when I'm talking and commentating over gameplay and I've got the telly on, I can hear the voices from the telly reflecting back and going through my microphone, and that has, it has an impact on the quality of the audio being produced. Therefore I have to mute the telly and I can't hear what is being said in game. Therefore you might want a stereo headset, to just plug into your controller so you can hear the gameplay and it will not go through your microphone, because it's just headphones, it's not going to be blasting out loud. Now with that said, you can probably get one of these microphones for around £20. Now this is a decent one, it's not the best quality, it's not the worst, anything below that might be questionable in terms of how comfortable it is, how it fits around the ears and just how it performs in general. Now as it's not important, you might want to go for that, but it's completely up to you. The higher end might perform better with the sound quality coming through to you, but as I keep saying so many times, it's not essential, so I've just gone for something fairly cheap. It's completely up to you if you're wanting a more expensive one that can perform better, you get better sound quality. It's just typically all down to the person recording. Now once you've got all your equipment, you're going to be wanting the software to actually, put the video together, to speak into, to provide the voiceovers, and to just, generally add effects if that's what you're wanting to do. Now for your voice, for recording your mic, I would recommend Audacity. It's completely free, it's what I'm using right now. It's just very simple to use. At the top left of the screen there's a pause button, a play button, a stop button and a record button. You can't get much easier than that. Hit record, see your voice peaks coming along. As soon as you want to stop, hit the stop button and just go from there. You can start and stop at any point. It's easy to export and get it onto the desktop so you can drag it into the editing software later. Shows you how long your recording is. It's just got everything in general that a good program should have. Now moving on, your capture card may need its own software. With the Elgato, you simply download the Elgato capture software from the website. From there, when you plug the capture card in, you open up the software and it's all done for you. I'm not quite sure how it works with the others. Probably the same way. I do believe there will be instructions in the box, but you are just going to need the software to just generally, manage the gameplay, just decide when you're wanting to record and when you're wanting to stop. And finally, you're going to be wanting an editing software to, piece all your clips together, sort out the order after all your gameplay and your voice recording's done, just piece the puzzle together and end up with a finished product. Now there's different selections, there's things like Sony Vegas, there's iMovie, there's Adobe Premiere, and I'm sure there's many other options out there. Obviously the higher end has more abilities. Sony Vegas, Adobe Premiere and iMovie, you may be able to add effects which you may not be able to do in other softwares. Now with things such as Sony Vegas, I do know it is very expensive. I do believe around £500. And I am not recommending what I'm about to say, but it is possible to get the software for free. I'm not going to tell you how, but if you just type it into the YouTube search bar, you may be pleasantly surprised on how easy it is to get. Now with iMovie, I think you do get it free if you're using an Apple product. So if you're using that, you are sorted straight away, and Adobe Premiere is monthly. But yeah, as I've just said with Sony Vegas, one of the best softwares out there, and there are ways to get it without, paying a hefty price. Now once you've got all your equipment and the software, you're going to be thinking about the content. Now it should be a given really, but you're going to be wanting to produce content that you enjoy making. Now this is important because if you enjoy it, you'll carry on, you'll produce more content time after time, you'll probably be more consistent because you're liking what you're doing. And yeah, it's just really for fun. It's all beneficial to you. You're not just going to be absolutely fed up and producing poor quality videos because it's not something you want to be doing with your time. So one thing I will say, if you're thinking about starting for the money, really don't do it at first just for yourself, just for a hobby, something to enjoy doing. If you start getting a following, then yeah, maybe think about the money, but do not do that straight away. You're not going to be the biggest hit after your first video. No matter how much you think it might happen, it most likely won't. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. Someone out there might post a video, go viral straight away, but for the majority of you, you're going to have to start small and build your way up. Now, obviously, there's going to be different ways of doing this. One way of doing this is by posting, trending content. If there's a game that everyone's talking about, it may be an old game, it may just be popular at the time, do videos on that. That will be what people are searching for, and you're more likely to get your video viewed by the community. Now, alongside that, if there's a new game coming out which people are interested in, you may want to be posting that, because that is what people will be searching for. Now, even if you're posting a video on a popular topic at the current time, it may not have as much of an impact as you want it to if you don't use the correct keywords. Now, this is a very important part of the video. Once you're uploading your video, there will be a section underneath where you can add, I think it is called keywords, it may have a different name. But in that box, make sure to include the general basis of your video. For example, if you're making a Grand Theft Auto video, type Grand Theft Auto in that. That will make you rank higher in the search bar. That is a word that, you know, your video will be associated with. If it's funny moments, type funny moments. But one thing you might want to do is search what popular searches are and then add that into the keywords, because that way obviously your video will rank higher in the searches and more accessible to people, because they're not going to be wanting to search through page after page. Me, for example, I'm done after searching the first 2 or 3 pages. I don't want to be going to like page 54. So get your video ranking higher by adding those keywords in. Now, another way you can go about getting views on your video is Google AdWords. Now, you may have just produced a video that you think is amazing, but no one is watching it. So the way to get views on that video is through Google AdWords. Now, you simply go to your video manager, click on promote, and from there it will take you through step by step on how to, you know, advertise your video. You set a budget, it can be a daily budget or just a general campaign budget, and Google will advertise your video around YouTube. Now, it is quite a good way to get views, maybe not the best, but you can set your target audience, you know, gamers in this instance. That is what you're going to be wanting to advertise a video to, so people watching gaming videos will see your video pop up as an advert before they see what they are, you know, what they've just clicked on. And this may be viewed as, you know, a kind of a cheat, because you're basically buying views. But hey ho, you can build up an audience from this. If people are watching and enjoying it, they're more likely to share your video, and you're going to get more recognition out there and grow your channel. Now, it's not only about getting noticed, but how you manage your channel. No one really is going to want to watch a channel with no profile picture and no header. It's just going to look like a, you know, an amateur account, which it's just not looking professional. So you want to set yourself a profile picture and a header. You might just want to use any image you've got, or you might want to download a photo editing software such as Photoshop, which in the future can work better in the long run because you can use it for your thumbnails on your videos. But you don't need it, it's not a necessity, you can just use any image that you've got, but that is quite an important part of your profile management. Now, alongside looking good, you're probably going to want to, you know, complete your profile, all the things that you have to fill in on there, fill them in, your information, all of your, you know, what you set out to achieve, a description. It's just going to give your profile a better look in general for people to see. They're not just going to look and think, oh, that's just a, you know, an amateur account, like I just said with the profile pictures and so forth. They're going to look and think, oh wow, this person has took time doing so, and they've got a point to prove. I might watch this person. But obviously, it's not all about the profile. You're also going to want to be consistent in uploading. No one is going to want to subscribe to someone, and you know, you're not going to gain a following if you do not post regularly. You're not going to get people coming back if you just posted one video and then you've stopped uploading for, you know, a month, or you're inconsistent posting every hour and then every week, then every 4 days. You're going to be wanting to set, you know, a schedule in terms of speaking. You might want to upload weekly, you might want to upload every 2 weeks, every few days, but just make it consistent so people know when you're going to upload. Therefore, people will come back, they'll expect something from you, and, you know, they've got something to look forward to, a reason to subscribe. They're going to want to watch your content. Now, with all that said, really, I've just gone through the basics of setting up a YouTube gaming account. There will be more in-depth tutorials out there for you to watch if you wanted. But everything that I've mentioned in this video, in terms of, you know, equipment and software, will be linked in the description below for you to have a look at. Now, thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope it was helpful to some of you. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.